Alrighty, hello, hello. Gonna get the game started here in just a second. Let's get new dual monitor, setup here, so we're a little bit delayed. Alright, so this is the Prey 2017 live stream. I was not expecting it to come out tonight, so I was actually going to do live stream tomorrow morning. It's usually when they air it, when they release the games, is usually 10 a.m. since we're on the West Coast here where Steam is at in Washington State, US. But looks like they released it around 9 p.m. tonight, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and start it up. Alright, sorry about that. Just having issues with the OBS. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, so interesting. It runs on CryEngine. Should be interesting to note. Just get a little bit of water here. Alrighty, guys. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of technical difficulty in the beginning there. So hopefully I'm loud enough. I realized the last stream I did was extremely loud for the background audio, so hopefully I've turned it down enough you guys can hear. So welcome to Prey's live stream. Like I said a little bit earlier in the live stream, I wasn't expecting it to come out tonight, but usually they release games here on the West Coast at about 10 a.m. Pacific time. The next day on release, but it's cool, we got a little earlier, so we'll go ahead and start it up and see what we got. Alrighty, so let's do the mess around with the options here a little bit. Turn everything down to 50 just in case it is too loud here. Alright, so let's take a look at the options rather, real quick here. So also talk a little bit about Prey itself. So I've never actually played the first game, but what I understand, it's pretty much completely different from this game, obviously, since this is a completely new IP from Bethesda and the folks over at Arcane Studios, who brought us the awesome Dishonored and Dishonored 2 games. And it's also different from what they released at E3 in 2013, which was actually a really cool concept. In some ways, I believe it's a better concept than what we have here, but this is what we're getting. Like Angry Joe said in his preview of this game, as you know, it's what we're getting. This is what we have, so we got to be happy with what it is, and hopefully it's good. So, if you're not familiar, go watch the Prey 2 E3 from 2013, because that's a really awesome trailer. Basically, it was kind of like a cyberpunk Firefly kind of bounty hunter in space type thing, kind of like Blade Runner, which looked amazing. And this is pretty much not that at all. It's still in space, but this is more BioShock. This is more Alien Isolation type stuff. But it still looks really good. I'm sure Arcane has done the job that they said they would. They usually do a fantastic job, especially with story and stuff. The gameplay is usually pretty good for their stuff too. So let's take a look at the options here. So under gameplay, subtitles. I'm not a fan of subtitles, we'll turn that off. Leave tutorials on since it's new. Vibration, well, I don't have a controller attached. It sure doesn't matter if this is on or not. Leave that to normal. Hit damage on, sure, I guess. Not sure what that specifically means, but maybe hitbox damage or something shown. Interactive screen. I'm just going to leave all this to normal, and I usually leave most of this stuff to normal until I get the feel of the game, and then I can customize it later as far as the way the UI looks and stuff, and the in-game stuff. Because I don't know, their basic settings are usually pretty much what the developers wanted you to experience, so I'm not going to mess with this, but we will look at controls. So we got normal WSD, F for use. Alright, we'll leave most of this normal for now anyway until we get into the game here. Mouse settings, invert, no, mouse sensitivity. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this up because I like mine pretty high, so I'm just expecting this to be low. So I'll do about 40, we'll see how that works. Controllers, once again, I'm not using one. Alright, so the interesting stuff, video. So resolution, I run a 1920 by 1080 for most stuff, 1440 if I push with DSR for Nvidia, but we're just going to leave it at 1080 for now. Yeah, full screen's fine. Actually, can we do borderless window? That'd be a lot nicer. Vertical sync on, that's fine. Presets, so we'll just leave it at this for right now. And then we can go into the advanced here. So object detail. So if you haven't read the description, I'm running a Ryzen 1700 with 16 gigabytes of memory. And I'm also running a GTX 1060 6 gig. So I should be able to run this up pretty high. But we shall see. They have TXA, that would be nice, but it doesn't look like they do. So FXA, that's plenty for me. So we'll leave it kind of like that for now and see how it runs. And we also have the frame rate up here. This is just Steam's overlay. And audio, there's not very many settings, to be honest. There's a decent amount of video settings, I suppose, under advanced. That's good enough, I guess, but there really isn't that many settings. So I'm assuming that they might add more with a patch later. So, all right, so let's get the game started here. Pretty excited for this one. Been waiting for it for a long time. So let's see what we got. So we got 3 slots. That's good to know. So you have a couple different people on the same account. Survival won't be a problem for you, probably. Normal, use your wits, weapons, and abilities to survive. Hard, use your wits are the only thing that will keep you alive. Or nightmare, nothing can save you. So we're just going to go ahead and play on normal. That's usually a good setting for most story-driven games, at least for your first playthrough, so. Alrighty. So it looks like this might be in-game right here. I'm not sure if this is or not. If it is, it looks very well done. And we are still running 60 FPS if it is in-game. So it looks like you can choose kind of like Skyrim or any one of those customer character customizations, kind of like Fallout. You can choose different sexes, either male or female. So I'm gonna go ahead with male, since I am male. We'll see. You wake up in your apartment in the year 2032. That's not really that far off. So I'm assuming this is some sort of alternate dimension or something. So if you guys do comment, I do have the live chat up on another window, so I can chat with you guys now a lot better. So, let's see, just check the stream real quick here. It looks good. Alrighty, let's start the game here and see what we have. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032. Oh yeah, so I did pre-order, so we do have a pre-order bonus here. Pre-order items can be found in the special container in Morgan's office. Alrighty, cool. Okay. So I wasn't expecting there to actually be some sort of kind of crafting in this game, which you kind of gathered from some of the trailers, but I wasn't sure what to expect as far as how in-depth it was going to be. So the graphics are fairly decent. It looks a lot like Dishonored 2, which makes sense because I believe they are running on the same engine. But the performance is really smooth. We're obviously getting over 60. I'm hard locked at 60 with VSync. But I might actually, we'll kick that off real quick to see what we're getting. So once again, if you didn't hear the first time, I'm running Ryzen 1700 with a GTX 1060 6GB, a little bit overclocked, and 16 gigabytes of DDR4 running at 2666. And it looks like we're getting over 60 FPS, so we'll go ahead and kick VSync off. Alrighty, wow, so we're getting really high here. So we're getting over 100, almost 115 FPS, which is fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and kick the graphics up quite a bit more. We might actually even be able to run this in 1440, but we'll see what happens when I turn on some of the more advanced options. So I believe this is all the way up here. Texture quality, everything's all the way up. So we'll do full resolution. Let's just max it out here at 1080p and see what happens. I'm not sure if it's frozen or not, or if it's still, maybe it's reloading or something. Oh, there it goes. Oh, yeah, textures are loading in the background. All right, well, that's no problem. So with the settings, we're still getting 95, so that's pretty impressive. Oh, it's dropping quite a bit here, but it's loading. Oh, it's still back up. So let's see here. So this is everything absolutely all the way up. So let's see what we get here. Wow, that's really incredible. So 100 FPS. So I don't normally do this for new games. It's just, I mean, the graphics don't look terrible, so I'm not sure why it's running so well. I mean, they must have really worked in their engine. So thumbs up to you guys at Arcane. It looks fantastic, and it's running fantastic. So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna kick this up all the way here before we get into the game itself. So let's see if we can push this 1440p here and see what happens. Okay, so running at 1440p doesn't seem to make the game look too much better, but boy does it really put a hamper in our FPS. So we're getting pretty close to dropping below 60. Yeah, there we go. So we're hitting, if we go over to this window here, yeah, we're dropping quite a bit with that. The draws are decently far, I suppose, so it doesn't really look that much better. And the SMAA, I'm just not a huge fan of SMAA. I really wish they implemented TXA. That's my favorite because it really does a nice job of blurring the edges. So we're just going to kick it back down to 1080 because there's no sense of going below 60 when it doesn't look that much better. And we're only streaming at 720p anyway, so but figuring this game is running so well, I might actually be able to kick that stream up to 1080 full HD since we're getting such good FPS. So let's go ahead and exit this. All right, so let's take a look here. See what we have. So we can, okay, so you can scroll the middle mouse button. So you use plastic tubing, frayed wire. So if I press G, okay, so that just brings up a larger menu. So I'm gonna, that's good. So they have an icon as to if you want to press F or hold F down to take all. So this stuff looks like it might be useful at some point in the game, so we're just gonna take all of it. Let's read this neuromod. So neuromod application instructions. Warning, neuromod should only be administered by certified TranStar technicians under controlled conditions. Subject may experience slight discomfort, swelling, or redness of the eye shortly afterward. I believe I saw some of that in the trailer. Remove neuromod from the vacuum sealed container. Press rubberized eye cup firmly against bony orbit of eye socket. Keep eye open. Press orange release trigger and continue to hold neuromod against eye for 5 minutes. Yeah, I believe we did say that in the trailer. It must be that little thing that he's pushing into his eye. So I suppose he used neuromod. Okay. Alright, let's exit that. So it doesn't look like you can take the books with you, but they are something to read. So let's take a look here in this closet. Okay, is the door open? It's kind of cool. Is there anything in here? Oh, cool. So you can actually pick up every item, I believe. Can we pick up anything? Let's check this guy's shoe across here. Yeah. Alright, what else can we pick up? Let's take his shirts. Let's check that over here. So it looks like there's a weight. Weight actually affects how you can throw objects. And go put your shirts back. Oh, who cares? We'll leave him here. This guy's going into space, I'm assuming, anyway, so that's interesting. If it's too big, it'll make it see-through here. Alright, so what do we got? I'm not sure what that is. It's a rat with some, maybe it's you're the rat in China or something. Greetings from Austin, Texas. Great Wall of China. Oh yeah, so maybe this guy is Chinese, or maybe he has family that's Chinese. Kennedy Space Center. Peterson's Technologies. Okay. Let's shut this guy's door. So we can actually see the model too. Okay, so let's see. Do we have anything in here? So it doesn't look like there's too much point to do the whole search if you can just scroll through this and pick what you want. Doesn't look like we can do anything with the radio. We can switch the light on off. It's kind of cool. Look at this old school heater thing. Looks old anyway. Alright, so we got a couple flashing objects. We got his suit, which we're going to look at that here in a second since we searched the room a bit more. Sparkling wine, okay. Let's start over here. So, take this stuff here. So you can climb up on top of that, that's nice. You can pick it up too. Circuit board, sure, I'll take that. So can you pick all this stuff up? Oh, you can, okay, interesting. Okay, what is this, another book? So this is about speech synthesis and natural language. Okay. I'm going to turn down the mouse just a tad here. It's a little too high. Okay, that's a bit better. So it looks like we have the ability to interact with on-screen, in-game screens anyway, as far as this monitor and whatnot. So it kind of reminds me of Doom, I believe Doom 3 you could do that with. I think the new one you can too. What does this do? Nothing. Can't click on that. Okay. Locked. F paradox. Okay. Sure. So is it? Oh, F is used. Z examine. T tutorial. Okay. So they have private workstations. Give our password. You can use the environment. Okay, so this is kind of like a mini puzzle. You can look for the clues for so you can find the password and get into it and whatnot. It's a little bit like Dishonored 2, where you have to find the password to get into the lock boxes and stuff. Okay. Alright, so no utilities, no files, but we do have 3 emails. Let's take a look at that. Congrats and welcome. This is from Thomas Tucker. Also Alex, I'm assuming that's the female character that you can play as. Morgan or Alex. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's the brother in the trailer. I'm not sure. Alrighty, so looks like he's about to take off to his flight. Send a package. Okay, uniform, transcribe neuromod. Okay. That's your starter equipment. Excuse me. A little more water here. Alright. Oh, so I'm assuming that is either your brother or sister, Alex, you. So you play as Morgan, you, I believe. Okay, so let's see. Mouse 2 is back. That's a really weird button. Okay. Anyway. Alright, so let's take... Can we go outside? We can't. Oh, door jam, so we can't actually... It's weird. His own door to his outside of his porch is jammed. That's funny. For some reason, it doesn't want us going out there. Maybe it does eventually, but well, I gotta say the outdoor graphics do not look that great, but that's probably just, you know, kind of like Call of Duty. Even though they have really good textures up close for some of their newer games, they don't really concentrate. See, we got some texture popping or something happening over there in the clouds. So let's finish up looking around the room here. So you can actually pick this couch up. It looks like you have to have a skill. Leverage 3. Which of course we don't have quite yet because we just started. Let's get rid of that. Throw that in the kitchen. Kind of game controller or something. So, can we mess with this TV? No. Man, that TV looks pretty terrible. It's got horrible pixel resolution. It looks like it might be 3D though. Must be. So Monday, March 15, 2032, 82 degrees outside. So let's take a look at this. Account of Fermi's question. Oh, this is a calculation of how many, if you're just astronomy or watch any Star Trek or Stargate or whatnot. I'm sure you've heard of Fermi's question. It's a kind of an algorithm as to the possibility of life out in space. So we got quite a lot of books here. So it looks like our character does have some background as being Chinese possibly, or someone in his family is Chinese, or maybe he just likes China. Wouldn't be a fan of Trump, would he? Okay. So he's got a lot of engineering and science theory books here, so we're gathering a slow background as to who our character is here. Judging from the state of this place, it looks like it must be an older flat that's been renovated. Not exactly sure where we are. This is a big bathroom. So the toilet flushing is reminiscent of Dishonored 2 as well. Ability to use all these things. Nothing in the cabinet. Nothing in the trash can. It's a really tall bathroom. Alrighty. Looks like that guy here we're talking about must be somebody pretty important. Once again, I wonder if that's the year of the rat. The age of the neural mod. Okay. We'll take this Kingsway. Let's read this note here. What do we got? Congrats, Morgan, from Alex. Okay, so it must be a gift as the stuff there. The alcohol or whatever that is. Looks like he's got a little plant terrarium in here. Probably some herbs or something. And nothing in the cabinet. And we got some stuff in the fridge here. Sky King pomegranate cold mountain green tea. Alright, so we'll just take all of this stuff here. Glucocyst, interesting. Not sure what that is. Stove, turn on. No flame? Alrighty. Nothing else in that cabinet. Encyclopedia of Food, Science, and Cooking. So this guy really takes his science seriously. Gluing chicken skin to salmon will actually protect the outside of the salmon. That sounds disgusting. Meat glue. Actually, that was in the news pretty recently, wasn't it? Does it have anything else up here? Doesn't look like it. So it looks like it automatically opens stuff when you look at it, if it's something to loot from. So I believe we searched the entire house, so so I wonder where that crate was that has pre-order stuff in it. Was it in here? I don't believe it was in the closet. I don't see a crate anywhere. Right, let's grab his uniform here. Reminds me a little bit of the Half-Life suit. Alrighty, first day on the job, get to the helicopter on the roof. So, hopefully I'm not... Oh, we missed a couple things here, didn't we? Hopefully I'm not completely missing how to get your pre-order stuff. But I'm assuming you don't get weapons right off the bat, so let's go open this door here. So that must be our flat. Not the cleanest of places. Somebody was scraping something. Water leak.
Morning, Mr. Yu.
Who are you?
Heard there's a chopper on the roof. Must be for you.
Yes, it is.
These things can be tricky, you know.
Also looks like they are having water pressure issues in this building. Alright. I believe all of these stores may be locked. Might not be ones we can get into. Press space to jump, shift to sprint. Okay, press C to crouch or slide. Let's try that out real quick. Alright, that's a lot like Dishonored. Okay. Echelon Residential Tower. It's a decently fancy place. Alright, let's take this up here. Oh, so you can actually go back, I'm assuming, maybe to this. Oh, it tells us where we need to go to. Helicopter. Alright, so let's go there. Knows who I am. Hello, Mr. Yu. That's me. Alrighty, roof access. Ah, very nice. Kind of reminds me of... Actually, I recognize this music, too. Reminds me of Dishonored 2. Bethesda Softworks presents.
That's a nice view on the bay there.
Pray.
Here we are, Mr. Yu. Mind the glass on the way out. Good luck to you.
was a pretty cool ride. Like I was saying, it reminds me a little bit of Dishonored 2's kind of transport stuff. You got to take those railway bike things by yourself. It's really loud out there. So let's head in here. Let's look at that little robot.
I'm a Sybil 495 science class operator.
Okay.
Excuse me.
So I'm assuming William Yu must be my father in the game. Must be his company too, TransStar. Kind of the same colors as oh, what is that game? I can't remember now. The one EA put out. Free running.
9 a.m. Appointment in the testing facility. Please confirm.
Mirror's Edge, that's the name of it. Same kind of futuristic color scheme.
Morgan, finally.
So orientation for me looks like interesting.
Hey, you don't look terrible in a TransStar uniform. How's your eye? Still red? I know the test might seem a little unconventional, but it's a new family tradition. Breaking convention is an awful island. Once you start the test, just do whatever comes natural. Don't overthink it. Dr. Bellamy's going to walk you through the process. You're in good hands. We'll be in orbit next week. I promise. Mr. Yu, we're ready for your brother in a minute. Right.
So we are brothers.
Just be yourself. I'll see you after.
Alrighty.
Dr. Yu. If you make your way into room A.
Looks like there's health packs back there or something, but maybe we'll be able to get in this after. Maybe, maybe not. Kind of strange they put stuff back there, but you can't get into it. So we have a sprint bar as well here. Alright, testing rooms.
Good morning, Morgan. I'm Dr. Bellamy. Looks like we have some tests to run through today. Probably not anything you're used to, I imagine, but trust me, you're going to do fantastic. All good? Good. Let's begin. For this first test, I'd like you to remove the boxes from the red circle as quickly as you can. Just go with your gut. Okay? Wonderful. Press the red button when you're ready. You're absolutely fine. Let's move on to room B then.
Interesting.
Okay, Morgan, listen carefully. I'd like you to do your best to hide in this room. Take your time, relax, take it over. No, I'm kidding. You only have 9 seconds. Hit the red button when you're ready to start.
Is he? He's hiding behind the tree.
No. Any synaptic register? At all? No? That's fine. Now, let's keep things moving.
Interesting.
Into room C. The green marks. All right. massaging it across the room as quickly as you can in the most natural, intuitive way possible, without thinking. Just go for it. Press the red button when you're ready. I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening? I installed exactly what Tia brought down. Did you double check?
Speaker's still on.
I apologize, Morgan. We're having some trouble with the equipment. Not your fault. You're doing fabulous, actually. One last room. Let's step into D.
Some interesting tests. Like I said, kind of reminiscent of Half-Life here.
Can someone get me a cup of coffee? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Morgan. Have a seat at the table for me, please. Wonderful job. Take a look at the screen in front of you. I'm going to show you a series of questions. Pick the answer that makes the most sense to you. Let's start on the screen when you're ready.
Planning a vacation? Go somewhere familiar you know you love, or try something new. Familiar.
Good. Looks like you've got the hang of it. Keep going.
Been sentenced to death for your actions. How does this make you feel? Afraid I don't know that will happen. Angry no one has the right. Or calm it was worth it. Let's see. I'm not sure if these are going to affect the story or not, but we'll find out, I guess. This game probably has a potential to be multiple playthroughs. So remember, also kind of like Fallout's test, Fallout 3. The GOAT, I believe, is what it was called.
That's heavy stuff.
Runaway train is bearing down on 5 people who are tied to the track. You can cause the train to switch tracks. There's one person tied to the second track. Well, as they say in Star Trek, the needs of the many.
Good. Next. Almost done.
Push the fat man is still an option.
Wow. I'm impressed. Well done. Well done. We're nearly through it. For this next part, I'm going to display an image. I want you to take a good look at it. In a moment, I'm going to ask you what...
Oh, shoot. Oh, shit, man. Well, that was unexpected.
Alex. So let's go on. We have a problem. What about Morgan? He's alive. Sedate. No. A long way. Got it.
Good morning, Morgan.
Interesting.
Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
Huh. We're living the same day over again. Interesting. Now that is strange. Like a Groundhog Day effect or something? Looks like things are in different places though. Looks like everything's mostly in the same spot over here. Wonder if that's the same on here. Oh, 6 emails now. Interesting. Danger, leave now. Whoops. So that is definitely not a good sign. So let's go ahead and take what we can and get the hell out of this place. So we know already from the trailers that the aliens can kind of morph into other things. Let's see if we can get on the porch this time. Oh, still jammed here. Alright. Well, this is definitely not a good sign here. Typical Half-Life. Give me a rear wrench. Interesting, so it looks like they removed or sealed us in right here. So, let's see, actually, I think I know how we get out of here. We gotta smash this door. Let's just take a real quick look around here. Make sure we're not forgetting anything, because I'm assuming we're probably not going to have much of a chance after this until we get out of here to pick much of anything else up. So I believe we got everything. All right, let's get out of here. Oh shit, okay. So this is all fake? That is definitely unexpected as well. So no wonder you couldn't go out here. No way. So he's been under surveillance the entire time. None of this was real. take a quick look around here. I wonder if you can change the field of view, because it's kind of making my eyes hurt just a little bit here. Doesn't look like we can. Alright. Well, hopefully they'll add that. Simulation debriefing or observation. Soundstage. Interesting. So, it begs the question, are we even on Earth? Done a pretty good job of destruction for those glass pieces. Because we may not actually be on Earth at all if that was all completely a simulation, so... Huh. Alright. Got some more wire back here. So... let's take a look. So you can go that way, go somewhere. So no wonder it didn't look that great. It is completely simulated. Looks like this is some sort of almost like Maya or something like that. Oh shit, you see that? It's one of those things. Hell no. Alright. Let's go, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm just gonna see what was down that hallway real quick. Interesting, so they even have sorry about that. I was listening to what was going on upstairs. I live on a bottom floor apartment, but it sounds like we're having some thunderstorms outside. So I might actually have to cut the stream at some point here if they get too bad. But we'll let you know. Spooky music, that's never good. So, oh, there's actually windows, so that whole thing was just a projection. Interesting. So this is very, very Half-Life-ish, I suppose, because we actually have a shield and looks like health bar down at the bottom left, and we're starting off with a wrench, so all good things, nothing bad there. I always enjoyed that with, oh, interesting. That is very strange. I wonder how they managed to do that. It's obviously a hologram. It still seems to have some sort of three-dimensional depth to it. That's pretty cool. Well done. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background, but there's some mad lightning out there. So, yeah, looks like the thunderstorm's not getting too good. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down, unfortunately, just in case I don't want to get any power surges and stuff. So if it gets any better, I'll start it up again here later. But man, we sure have a really nice start to the game. I like these kind of slow starts to the game where you kind of edge into the story and then you know they throw some twists at you and whatnot. So yeah, so this has been Chris from PCRX live streaming Prey right after its release. So we'll go ahead and exit here, unfortunately, because of the weather here. So hopefully these thunderstorms will go away and stuff, and I can log back in and whatnot when the power gets a little bit better. But yeah, so you guys have a good night. If you own this game, it looks like you made a good choice. It looks like it might be pretty good. So yeah, go ahead and exit here. See if we can just, so we can create a save. Okay. So we'll return as soon as I possibly can here. But so I wonder, okay, so it did save, manual save. Okay, cool. All right. Let's exit to the main menu here. All right, and you guys have an awesome evening.